Hello, Asha.
Hello.
You're welcome to the Blackbox
Thank you.
on Bounce Radio. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I'm
I was
doing
saying
fine.
earlier that it's so hard to keep track of you. We never know when you sneak in and sneak out. What's happening in Lagos?
Ooh,
Is that a heavy question?
I didn't expect it. I think Lagos, a lot of road works now. They're repairing a lot of roads and expanding.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that why you're here? No.
No, I mean you asked me what. I'm telling you what I see or what I have seen.
But why are you around though? Family?
Always, yeah, family, home. December, I always like to be at home with my family. The warmth is always great
Yeah.
to be in Lagos in December.
How much time do you still spend here in Nigeria in a year?
I share,
Pre-COVID now, because I know COVID has messed up everybody's calendar.
I share my time between Lagos and wherever. I would come here maybe in a year. I would stay about 3 months or 4.
Okay, that's very healthy.
And just scattered around the year and move. Yeah.
Yeah. How different is this from when you were a kid growing up here?
How different? Oh. You mean Lagos? I think people are not very kind
Anymore?
Yeah, on the street, people are, even young people. They have this idea. I don't know. It's like that. Everyone is a salesman. I don't understand. They're no longer kind to each other anymore.
Yeah.
When I was a child, Lagos felt
More
safe.
like a community.
Your neighbors. I mean, my parents didn't bring me up alone. I was brought up by a village of people. So I think people are a bit, a little bit. I don't know, they're a bit far away.
Yeah.
And I think I understand, but still I don't understand where we changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing we've always sort of, for want of a better word, accused the West of, of them not being, that Africa is very family oriented.
Yes.
So is it a thing of us now being more Western, where everybody's more protective of their space? Or you think circumstances, like security, for example?
Yeah. I think it's the economy, poverty.
Yeah.
If you don't have something to eat, you're gonna get angry, and impatient, and unkind. So I think as the economy just takes a dive, everyone just gets a little bit tight. So I think that's what it is.
Do you think
We're never we're not like the Westerners. We're not as cold, and there's still the family element here. You can feel it. There's still family element. There's still friendship there, but I think people are a little bit impatient and not kind. There's this little bit of grandiosio, I don't know, idea, a little bit too big, too salesmanish, a little bit too much, I don't know.
Nothing feels personal anymore, like sort of, you're not
It's a little bit
connecting.
of a quoting from a book, or we are trying to be, another inspirational speaker, or I don't know. So that's what I feel. That's what I
Do you think the past is lost? Or it will come back?
No, the past is always there. It's just right now, right here.
This is what it is.
This is the focus. People need to eat. People need to feel safe. People need to be sure that their children, when they get sick, they can go to the hospital. People need to be heard. I think that's what the past. We're always going to be Africans, Nigerians.
Yeah.
We're still. I mean, I. That's why I'm home. I get the last thing I want is to be a stranger in my home.
Yeah. You know, your other city gets accused a lot of being one of the coldest cities with people. Paris,
Literally,
you know, everybody goes there for the fashion. Not literally. I mean, it's cold literally when it gets cold. But you know, there's always the talk of Parisians are not the friendliest people.
No, they're not open.
So is that why you probably also feel it because you want to come back here for something different?
No, I have to because first and foremost, this is home.
Yeah.
You know, there's no other way around it. I have to go home, and home is Lagos, Nigeria. Paris for me has always been a city where I work. You know, it's also a city where I, you know, just sometimes want to. I kind of like the, you know, you're like someone who is watching. You watch while the city moves around. You watch, and nobody's really in your business. They see you, they know you, but they just let you. So almost like a voyeur, something like that. But I'm just watching and observing, and I like that. You know, Paris allows me long walks, and you know, and you know, that's where my band is, and we get to tour a lot. But Lagos is where, you know, I put my bag down, you know, and I really put my clothes in a proper, you know. So Lagos is home, you know.
Not Paris.
No, Paris is like a second home,
Yeah.
you know. But like I said, it's really where I, you know, it feels like I'm living out of my bag in Paris. It feels like I need to go somewhere else from Paris. So Paris is like the transit for me. You know, from where I go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then, you know, home is where I really come and lay my, you know, put my bag and lay my head properly, close my eyes knowing that I'm at home.
Fair enough. Before we go into the interview proper, I wanted to know, what's the one question you're sick of answering in interviews?
Oh. Let me see if I can remember. So,
or you think it's so cliche?
So you were born in Paris. So you sing. Where did you get your name from?
So I shouldn't go there.
Oh, please. Google. Let's have a, you know, I told Janet the other time, look, I don't want interviews. I don't like interviews. Why? Because sometimes the conversation, it's not a conversation. I feel like, you know, I'm in an examination hall, and
Yeah.
I, for some reason, I keep dreaming back in school, you know. Went to Federal Government College Jos, and I keep going back to the examination hall. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because
You know, that happens to me a few times.
it happened, right?
I've written exams a few times in my dreams in my secondary school as an adult, as a grown human now.
You know what I'm doing in the
What
dream?
does that mean?
Do you know what I'm doing in
What?
the dream? I've never prepared for my exam. For the exam, I never read.
Are you looking for who to copy
who
from?
to copy, and I feel guilty when I wake up from this dream. Like, what is this dream?
Yeah.
Is God trying to tell me something? Like, man, I told you should have read. I'm never ready.
That's at this age.
I don't know. It's one dream that keeps recurring, and it's the only dream that I remember. I'm always never prepared.
We need a Joseph out there. I mean, there are people who probably interpret dreams. Why do you think Asha keeps dreaming about secondary school and exams? Maybe they can help us.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they'll help us.
I hope it's something good.
It better mean something. So we're going to get to Federal Government Jos and Federal Government Girls College, you said?
No, it's mixed school.
FGC, not FGGC.
FGC Jos. Yeah.
FGC Jos. We'll get to that in a moment. But instead of asking you about being born in Paris, I want to find out, what were your parents doing in Paris? Where they met, right? Did they meet in Paris?
No, in Lagos.
Okay, but they went to Paris
They
together.
went to Paris.
Okay.
Yes, my father went first. He was working with a bank.
Sorry, were they dating here already?
They
Or were they
were
married
dating.
here already?
They married in Paris.
Okay.
They were dating here, and then he went to Paris. He was a clerk in the bank here, and then decided to go to Paris to study cinematography.
That's very strange. Not many Nigerians went to Paris.
My father's quite different.
Because it was either London or the US.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be different, a little bit stubborn, if you ask me. But I think he wanted to be different. He wanted to do something else. And so
Sounds
my
like
mom,
you, but
my,
go on.
my mom went and stayed with him, and he was also a driver for the Nigerian embassy in Paris as a side job. And my mom also studied cinematography, but they had me and my brother in Paris. Yes.
Okay. So did they do film?
Yes, my father when he came to Nigeria, he did films. I used to see, he would hire his equipment to actors. I saw Papilou, I used to see Bello. I used to see all of them come to our house to come rent equipment, cameras. And he also did events. So he would film events, and he will edit it. While he's editing, he always does this voice over, and then he will add music to it. And, I think that was where my love for music came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have no memories of Paris as a kid?
As a kid, no.
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 What are your earliest memories?
Of Paris?
Of life?
1993. I heard people saying Happy New Year, 1993. I said, there's something like a year now.
Yeah.
And I think that was when I just woke up in 1993. I think
Nothing before then?
Nothing. There may be a few things,
very
here and
faint.
there, but I don't remember. But 1993 was for me the beginning of consciousness. I had a neighbor who was older than me, but she was a cool girl. So she introduced me to Telvin Campbell. So I started feeling, wow.
Where was this?
In Festac.
Okay.
I was like, oh, wow, that's Telvin, and he's cool, he's cute. And 1993, wow, Happy New Year, 1993. Wow, it's a number. Interesting.
Were you in primary school or secondary school?
I was in primary school.
Yeah. What school? Did you go to Nazareth? Did you go to...
No,
I'm trying to think of the Festac school. Shubuola.
Oh,
I know Shubuola.
Did you grow up in Festac?
No, but I kind of know Festac things for some reason because I have family there.
We went to Shubuola, and then my father decided to take us to a public school.
From Shubuola?
From Shubuola. He just demoted us to a public school.
Why was that?
I think my school... No, because he had this idea that... we had too much. We should go to public school because he went to a public school. So I remember that, when my sandals got caught, I would walk barefoot to school. Yeah.
And it wasn't because he couldn't afford it.
No,
he just wanted
He just
you to...
why are you going to public and private school? You should go to public school. And that was it.
What school was that?
I think it's school 11. My brother too we're in the same compound, but we had a green uniform, check uniform. I just know it was public as public can be. I learned a few tricks, how to steal people's snacks, how to, I learned how to be street smart.
Street. How was Festac though for you as a kid?
Festac was cool. It was warm. It was all family. Festac was good. Festac was good.
So sorry,
when
your parents came back, they were done with school, with all of that. Your dad didn't go back to banking? You say he was a clerk.
Yes, he didn't go back to banking. He
went straight back into film. He went straight into film, sorry.
Yeah, he concentrated on film and also renting out
equipment.
Then he went to politics for a bit, but his passion
he
was
ran
film.
for office?
Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. He didn't
run himself.
He didn't. Didn't get elected. I think he was going for.
But he ran for office.
He did run.
What office?
I remember my last name was written boldly on the
flyer
on the floor.
poster.
No, it was coming from school. You see that big, whoa, it was huge. But he didn't.
He didn't win the election.
I think he was quite disappointed. I think
a
lot of things changed then.
And your mom?
My mom has always been a businesswoman. She's very, industrious. She could do anything. She worked with NTA for a bit.
Oh, nice.
She worked with NTA. My dad came back, and I think he was a teacher also. Before he left, he did all that. I think he went back to it for a bit. My mom worked with NTA when she came back. I think she served with them and worked a little bit with them. And after that, she just went into business, trades. Her family used to sell clothing materials. So that's what it did mainly. So that's what she did.
Yeah. Interesting. So you are in Shubola, you moved to public school with a green checkered uniform.
Green checkered uniform. How did
before we get to secondary school, friends from there?
Yeah.
Any still?
No, I don't remember.
Is that because you didn't have friends then, or you just didn't connect enough to still be in touch?
In primary school?
Yeah, in Festac, primary school, Festac.
I had a childhood friend, my best friend. But we met a few years after I'd left high school. But I realized that we had gone different ways.
Oh, okay.
I went to school in Jos. She stayed in Festac. We had moved a little bit. I mean, I didn't stay too long in that public school because I went to Christian Council, the private school.
Okay.
So I don't know. My mom must have.
So that's a third school now?
Yeah, my mom must have told my dad, no, she's not having
So
that.
Shubola public school.
School 11, I think.
School 11
and then
Christian Council.
Christian Council. Yeah. So, my best friend, we were born on the same month, but she's older than me by a few days or a week or so. But I just felt we had grown apart.
Yeah.
So.
So you couldn't really reconnect.
No, we couldn't. I tried to reconnect. We tried to, but we weren't saying the same thing.
Yeah. So how did Jos happen? Because back then it wasn't so unusual to go to any federal government school. But today people may wonder, you're in Festac, what are you going all the way to Jos to do?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
That's my dad again. He wanted a new life. He wanted to move. And he thought, look, why don't we just go somewhere like Jos and start?
So the family moved?
Yes, after they wanted me to go first. So I went first. And then they came after.
Yeah. So you did your entire secondary school in Jos?
I first started in Lagos.
Okay.
They airdropped me into another public. Oh my God! What's the name of this? Something grammar school. This time we wore white.
In Festac as well.
Green light, yeah. And I only stayed there till I think just 2.
Okay.
And I had to go to Jos and start again, just 2.
Okay.
And so I finished in Jos finally.
Yeah. But you were in boarding school.
In boarding school.
What was that experience like?
Nazi camp, maybe. A little bit close to Nazi camp. It was tough. It was cold. Food was scarce. You just needed to stand over me and see my head. You could see the scalp. It was white. No problem getting talcum powder from my dandruff.
Wow.
It was hard, cut lip, cut in the middle of your lip. Just was hard. You had to get up at 5 a.m. and I still do. And
but it's on your
shower.
terms now, at least.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's kind of part of me, because my father instilled that before I left to boarding school. He just says, "Oh, when I come into your room in the morning, I want you guys rising." So he just appears. He makes himself appear, and then everybody's is up, and you had to shower with cold water. And,
in the cold in Jos?
In the cold. We were just, the background was a mountain, so it was even colder. But I couldn't wait to be out of Jos, and kiss the school goodbye. Never want to come back. I didn't make a lot of friends. I purposely didn't do that.
Was it the town that made you not like the school, or the school?
The school, because students they're terrible. They're wicked. It's worse when they're young. They're terrible.
I mean, this is very sort of timely, because I'm sure, I don't know if you've seen the news about this student in Darwin College who unfortunately passed away, and there's allegations of the fact that he was bullied to death, which is just unreal, to hear, And now hearing you talk about the fact that you hated, boarding school in Jos, you can relate?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It was, I think it's gotten worse.
Yeah. I mean, I went to boarding school as well, and the stories I hear now.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a different.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I chose SS1, and my welcome was a good beating.
For
just coming into SS1.
By your mates or senior?
My senior. And then she became my school mother. So it was
I'm sorry, I don't know why.
it was my first arrangement.
I don't know why that's funny. So she beat you there, she became your school mother.
The terms rush. She rushed me. She gave me a beating. I had to go outside on the steps and just look at the lights from the town. It was night. And I was trying to identify which one's my house. So I always dreamed of walking back to Lagos from Jos. I would try to retrace. How can I walk back?
Really?
Yeah. It was that hard, And yes, I was her school daughter, one of her many schools. And all we did was help her steal, she was...
Story is getting very interesting.
We're going to people's farms and, we just...
So she would send you guys to steal what, corn?
Corn, potatoes, that's things.
From neighboring farms in the school?
Yeah. And we'll take our little shirts, tie them, turn them into a sack, and start uprooting. Yeah. And if you didn't come with something, you were in trouble. So that was school for you.
Was this a thing in FGC Jos, or was it anything about you think?
I always try to avoid the bullying, but there were sometimes, you couldn't escape. Like when I just came into SS1 to the boarding school, I had moved from junior house, now I'm in the senior school, and the first person just ba, 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 and I think that's her way of saying welcome.
They rush you.
But, for me, I always avoided...
So when the seniors who were wicked or bullies come back...
they come
I know the stories, but I want to hear it from you.
The change of being in the world. Some of them have become born again.
So they're trying to smile into the gates.
Adults now. They're no longer children that they were. Your junior will disrespect you, will beat you. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good because they were horrible. The seniors were horrible. It was terrible. And I've not even talked about the boys' dorm. Because that one is another case.
What kind of cases?
I can imagine. I had my younger brother was there, so the boys are harder.
Yeah.
The girls are, they're hard, but the boys they're harder.
Yeah. Did your parents know this?
Oh my! I wouldn't tell my dad about the beating. No.
Why?
I did tell him. I stood up to a senior. I wrote him a letter that this was what happened, and he just chuckled.
Why didn't you tell him about the beating?
When he chuckled, I thought, you got to figure out life yourself,
Yeah.
So I did,
And the school authorities?
Oh, my God. Nobody's going to hear you. That's snitching, too.
Mm-hmm.
When you're done with the school authority, you're going to come back to the dorm. And that's when they're going to start with you.
How dare you?
I was... Something happened. I was walking to prep, And the senior, I didn't see her. So we were just walking, and I almost walked into her. And she gave me a slap in front of the headmistress, the house mistress. And I was, oh my God, no, this is not good. I'm not going to let this go. So I had to, put up a show in front of the mistress' house, tell her to come, and, But when that was done, she called me in the middle of the night, kneel down, in the room, and mop the entire...
The same person who slapped you?
Yeah, told me mop the entire dormitory, each room, mop, I didn't do it, I ran.
The house mistress didn't do anything?
I was hiding behind the house mistress because the house mistress was fed up of this group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was hiding. I saw the opportunity and I hid behind, she tried to tell me I'll just go straight to the house mistress. What? It's not like the house mistress liked me too, but I was just using the opportunity because she didn't like their set. And they turned out to be the worst set anyway.
What is this set? What year? 96, 95? 99.
Yeah, we're terrible. They burnt part of the school. It was a riot. It was a riot. I can't believe I'm talking about school. It was a riot. It was a big war in school.
It's a lot, let's be honest, because not we all, but a lot of us went to boarding school then, and we had stories. Mm-hmm. But, from what you're saying, it was almost sort of routine. Mm-hmm. Was there something about you then? Because if you're saying you were not so tall, mm-hmm. you also consciously tried to disappear.
Yep.
What then about you still attracted them, you think?
No, throughout school, I always consciously didn't want to be seen.
Yeah.
But from time to time, I will join the social night.
To perform. Were you singing already at this time?
No, I was never singing. I was just dancing.
Were you thinking of singing at this time?
Never. In school.
Not in FGC, just.
I told you, students, they are the most brutal. If you want to be depressed, just let them enter into your business. No, I just came to dance. I came, danced, mimed a little bit, and went off. And that was the first time I saw, there was this, wow, oh, bro, who is this girl?
Like appreciation for you.
And I disappeared. I just come and go. I never had friends. I never wanted to have friends. I was everyone's friend. I just had this feeling that I didn't want to have anything to do with this school once I'm done. Don't want to take photos. The group photos, I don't want to. I don't want to be in that photo. I don't want to be seen. I'm done. Bam.
Did you ever like the school? Were there things about it that you liked? Because I'm hearing a lot of, just not.
What? First, you're a teenager and you just wish these adults will just let you be. Every turn, and your life is being controlled. I loved. It's a beautiful school. It's huge. I still see the mountains. I still see the long walks, miles. This school is huge, but I didn't want to have anything to do with the people. They didn't understand you. They judged you half the time. It was always judgment, I said, I'm not going to have a friend. I'm not going to date nobody. I'm not going to keep in touch. Don't put me in your year photo. Yeah.
Really?
Don't put me in your year photo. I don't want to be there. I'm gone. Because I understand there were kids, but I already saw where I wanted to go. So I didn't want to be taken, stopped or, because I was talking to people who didn't understand. They didn't even know what I wanted to do, some of them. So I was like, we're going to be acquaintances, but I'm done after school. I'm gone. Because they're like, why are you walking like this? Why are you talking like this? Why are you drinking like this? Why are you eating like this?
It just feels like you were really traumatized by FGC, just. I don't know.
No, I survived. I was a survivor. Trust me, I survived. I survived. I just the people. I love the school. It's scenic. It's beautiful.
But the people.
There's people. Just
Yeah.
the people. Then nobody understands. Nobody. I was like, you know what? I'm done.
You said you knew where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Which was?
Music.
So you knew then,
From
but you were not trying it out there.
no, never.
When did you know?
Oh, from when I was a kid.
How?
I've always wanted. I knew this was what I was going to do. I don't know how, but I just knew this was what I loved doing. I remember, I told him my father will edit, the videos with songs, music, and I remember that was the most beautiful moment.
Okay.
Just hiding.
So it wasn't Tevin Campbell from your neighbor, no?
Tevin Campbell was to feel a monk, because I had this best friend who knew things about the world, So I would just look, but no, I wasn't really into his music. I was listening to what my father was playing. It was Fela Kuti, Bob Marley, James Brown. I was listening.
And he didn't know you were listening.
I think he knew.
With that kind of an interest?
He always knew. Sometimes he'll catch me in the room, dancing in front of the fridge to my reflection. And he knew, there's something, but he didn't know how deep, I wanted it. And I would tell him, look, when I grow up, I want to be a musician. He'd say, oh, no, you should be a lawyer, you should be this, you should be that. But sometimes he wouldn't know because I would hide between the couch and the wall. So that was always the most beautiful time for me. I didn't like childhood. I didn't like the situation of childhood. But that music...
Why? Why didn't you like childhood? Most people have, childhood, you're free, there are no bills.
No, yeah. Now, as an adult...
You can look back and see that.
And I'm like, oh...
So you wanted to just grow up and...
I wanted to grow up. Like, these people are too much in...
Your business.
Do that, go there. It just felt sad to me. All these adults with their problems. What's going on with you guys? Figure it out. What is going on with you? So there was a situation, with my family. Mom and dad had their whatever. But the only thing that made sense to me was music.
Yeah. So in school, you already knew.
Already knew.
You just wanted to be done with school and just dive into this thing. But your family wasn't ready for that? Did they know?
Then always knew. I've always told them, but they just always said, "Oh no, you need to do something serious.
Yeah,
you need to do something like law." My mom always said, "Oh yeah, it's a hobby. Yes, it's nice, but you should do something like law."
Yeah, Before we go into the music bit, I just want to finish off with this FGC Jos thing. Mm-hmm. Do you know where any of these people are now?
Honestly, I don't know. I saw I went on Facebook, out of curiosity. Some of them have children now. Some of them are married.
The one who slapped you.
I'm
sure you remember her name.
I don't know. I know what she looks like. Even my school mother, I know her name. I try to look for her, but these people are strangers. When you look, they're strangers. Guys were not on the same level. They will never understand if you say you want to do music or if you want to do art. Their ideas were they were superior to you. You shut up your mouth. You don't be heard. That kind of thing. So, but I see my mates, I'm happy for them. Some of them have children, and I always remember when we were I always go back to high school, like, oh my God, some of them
everybody's grown now.
Yeah, they still have the face, I'm like, interesting, but I didn't know these people. I knew them, but I didn't know them, so I don't miss that much. I think I've always been a loner, I've always been a loner, and I think it's something I did purposely. So
you haven't seen any of them?
No, I've only seen one.
Your classmate, none of the seniors?
No, the seniors. No, I've only seen one who was very kind to me when I first came to the school. She gave me her her housewear.
Okay.
And she was very kind. I've never forgotten what she did. And because I came to the school without an admission, my mom just, the power of mothers. She just say, pack your bag. We're going to go to Jos. I'm going to put you in a good school.
She just knew you were going to get in somehow.
Trust the Yoruba mother. And we got on the bus. I think 14 hours. We met someone on the bus who allowed us to stay at her house. And the next morning, 7 o'clock, we went to school. And the principal says, yes, madam, Mr. J.B. Ladan. He says, yeah, madam, where's your
admission letter?
Sir, I don't have an admission.
What are you doing here?
Not possible. No. From 7 till 4 in the evening, my mom was on her knees. She says, please, I want this girl to have a better education. I don't want her to be in her school, blah, blah, blah. Do you know the guy, he actually accepted me.
From your mom's please.
That's like the crazy things my mom can do. She went I've never forgotten that. And because of that, I said, I would not disappoint this woman. And I would not disappoint Mr. J.B. Ladan, And then when he said, okay, madam, okay, I'm going to let her. But these are the rules, Does she have a house where? No. And so this girl came, I'd known her in Lagos. And say, yeah, I'm going to give you my house where people were just giving me stuff. Went to the market, got some stuff, and I was in Federal Government College Jos. My mom just wanted me to be in a good school. Sometimes when I see my mom, I sometimes ask myself, can I do this? Can I do what she's done? Because she doesn't have no ego at all, no shame. What she'll do for her children. Yeah.
So you're not in touch, you've not seen any of the seniors, nothing, but the friend who gave you a houseware, are you in touch with her in any way?
Yes, I am. Again, we've gone apart. We're not saying the same thing, but I think she's the one person that I have kept close.
In your space, sort of.
But we're saying totally different things. I'm sure she'll look at me and like,
this is not you're a Bukola then, obviously. Or Buki.
Yeah,
what were you?
I was Buki. This guy's a little bit cuckoo. What you say?
What did she say? Say messy.
Like this girl's not, But in school I was a clown, so she's like looking at me now like, oh, you're different, But I was a clown, so.
What about boys? Because you went to a mixed school, and we know, you're a teenager, hormones are raging, you think you know it all.
Oh, in school, my hormones didn't rage.
They didn't rage at all?
Oh, no.
But the boys' hormones were raging,
though. I see in my mind's eyes my mom's face.
Yeah.
Like...
But you got attention at least.
I did, but I always thought it was a ploy to deceive me. Maybe it was, perhaps low self-esteem. I don't know. But, when I got the attention, I just thought the guy was up to something. Yeah, I just didn't trust those boys. Everybody talked in school, you see, and I've heard their stories. And, again, part of, my idea of not attaching myself or having any attachment. And when this boy came and he said, blah, 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 like that, I was inside, I was happy. I felt really, I felt good, but again, my first instinct was to say no. When I wanted to say yes, I said no. Maybe I was hoping he would come and fight, and he never did, so that was it.
So you went through FGC Jos without a boyfriend?
Oh, yeah.
That's not very common with FGCs.
Very common with me. If you have a mother like mine, my mom, she always said, I wrote the song Subway because of my mom. Like, my baby, just be careful if anybody comes to say I love you. That was
her.
My mom, like, her own sex education was for me was,
if they touch you, you go carry belly.
So even when they touch, we kind of find a way around. Like, let's not go too far. So we're in school, which was every girl is having a boyfriend, and then it's my turn, and I became the matchmaker. Meanwhile, I wanted to have a boyfriend myself, but I just thought people were trying to play games with me, because everyone talked. Gosh, they touch you, they talk, they kiss you. I'm like, no, I don't even want to be part of you guys' history. So let's just, forget that.
You're grateful for that? Or absolutely. Do you wish you had explored a little more?
No, absolutely, because I was too young. And I'm grateful, that I didn't do it because I didn't know anything. Trust me.
True. We all think we did, but we didn't.
Anything.
Or we all thought we did.
I didn't know how to go about it. And the last thing I wanted to do was get pregnant. Because, again, not only just my mom, I was just thinking about my career.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a career then. I was thinking about it.
When you look back at, FGC now, how did it shape you think? Good or bad?
Oh, yeah, good.
How so?
Oh, very good. I'm disciplined. Still have the discipline. When I'm focused, I'm focused. I still wake up very early in the morning, thanks to FGC. Nothing, how do you call it? Nothing amazes me.
Yeah.
Nothing is for me.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
get on with your day, And in FGC they tend to beat the ego out of you, so that one is in check. Ego. I don't know. Austere. I've been. I'm a little bit austere, thanks to FGC. I can live anywhere. I live in the heart, in the house, live outside. Thanks to FGC, I still sleep outside my house.
Bath in the
overnight.
cold in Paris.
No, not in Paris. In Lagos,
I'm just saying, if you can bath in the cold in Jos.
Yeah, I can. I still do. I still, with cold water. I can go hungry for a day. It's okay.
Mental health is a big thing now. Any PTSD from them?
This word PTSD.
I know.
I read on the news, on the blog, someone said the veteran Asha, the veteran. I'm like, oh my God, these people.
I'm still young.
They keep trying to dig me in the hole. I'm like, when veteran
singer.
Yeah, I'm like, the people they use veteran for like Chukura, Clarion Chukura, like Pete Edochie. When did I come into this, canon of
veteran?
And it reminds me like, Iraq, PTSD. I'm like, these guys are not used. This guy just
like they just throw words around.
This guy just want to kill me. Finally, No, I mean veteran.
But you've done well. I guess that's what they're trying to say. They just don't know the word to use.
I appreciate it. But, veteran. That's a new word. Wow.
But nothing from then.
Huh?
Nothing from then that's mentally troubled you.
No.
Yeah.
No. Except for the nightmares of in the.
Have you an example? Okay, so you finish. You have 3 brothers.
Yes, I do.
Were they all in Jos?
Yes, they all came to live in Jos.
But not all in FGC Jos.
No, I just had one. Another one was in St. Morumba.
Oh, St. Morumba.
Yeah.
Was it with Tubaba?
No, he was with the P Square.
The P Square brothers.
P Square
okay.
brothers, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know them then?
No. I didn't know them.
Interesting. Jos has given us a lot of new greats.
Yeah.
So you're done with FGC.
Yeah.
No boys.
No boys.
Knowing you want to do music.
Yeah.
But not expressing it. So you'd left Jos, and then what?
Came to Lagos.
Okay.
My parents had separated by now, so lived with my grandparents. So I came.
Did you separate while you were in school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How was that?
I think so.
Did you see it coming?
Oh yeah. You know.
How long before it happened did you see it coming?
Oh, for me, it didn't come soon enough. You know,
Oh.
for me, it didn't come soon enough. I wish it happened earlier. So it happened, and so I was living in Lagos now.
With who?
With my grandparents.
Okay.
And but waiting for university. I got an admission to LASU. And but I think before that, what happened? I got tired of staying at home, and went to Alade Market with my mom. I told her to please take me to go look for a job, because I didn't know my way around Lagos. And she did, and I stayed as a shop attendant for a woman who sold shoes at Alade Market. So I was there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Waiting for admission still.
Yeah, waiting for admission.
How long were you selling shoes for?
4 days. I fired myself. Thank you.
4 days. I thought we were going for a very interesting story. You sold shoes for 4 days. What happened on the 4th day?
I think I came late. I came late. I didn't know anything. I'm still wet behind the ears, and she started to tell me, "Oh, let's shake back." I'm like, oh.
On top of this shoe.
This woman must have misunderstood. I'm not those kind of people. I'm sorry. You can't.
I'm just
talk
passing by.
to me like that. She went straight on me like, ooh, but when I look back now, I didn't know anything. That you need to be on time to work. If you're working, you need to be on time, so I just thought that wasn't the place. The whole that wasn't my place.
Yeah.
I didn't the wrong people, but before I left, I had seen just down the road, they had this advertisement. Can you dance? Can you sing? Come to blah blah blah, Akeja Avenue Road, blah blah blah.
An audition.
Auditions
For a show.
Yeah, for a TV show.
Yeah.
She can sing if you dance. So when I left her shop, I went there and.
What show was this?
Honestly, I don't remember. So it was competition, and they used to show it every Friday. I don't remember what it's called now. And so, but if you can dance, you can. So I went there and, entered as a dancer.
Not a singer.
I was still shy. I just,
What kind of dance did you do?
You have to understand that before, all my life, aside from my mom, everyone told me my voice was horrible.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you said one thing, so it just silenced me. I wouldn't sing.
Like people actively told you your voice is terrible.
Yeah. Even till when I was, I started to sing more.
Professionally.
And to get a band, they'll say, "Oh, sing what we know." So I didn't sing because I was so shy to sing. And so I went in as a dancer. And then a group, I don't remember, they're rappers that just came up to me and say, "You look interesting, what do you do?" Yes, I'm a dancer, but you know what? Actually, I sing. "Oh, yeah? Would you like to be in our group today?" I said, "Yeah, why not?" So we got on stage as a group, we sang, I freestyled, and we won 1,000 naira.
Oh, wow.
That was like $1 million.
That was a lot of money. How many were you?
Do you know I didn't share that money with them, Sha?
How many? Hey, wait, how many were you people?
Like 5 of them.
You took the money,
I took it.
They didn't disturb you?
They didn't say anything.
Asha, don't kill me. So you swapped them of their 1K. Why?
I needed transportation. I needed transportation. I needed to. And now started having people started giving me their cards. Come do backup for me. So that 1,000 was my tea fare, you know. So I would go here or there and just do background vocals for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did your family think at this time?
Well, since I started making my money, my grandma, she's an independent woman. She just said,
do what you need to do.
Do what you have to do. My mom didn't understand. You know, she thought, going to the studio was sleeping around. And I would say, that's the last thing I want to do right now. Like, sleeping around, no way. I have to prove to you that actually I'm going to the studio to work. So that was on my neck. I needed proof to my mom.
Yeah.
You know, my grandma, she's a businesswoman. She's a Lagos woman, so she knows.
So your grandmother understood much more than your mom.
She understood. She knows what's going on. You know, she's like, leave this girl. She's just working, and that was what I did. I'm going to the studio. Men will wonder what's going on with this girl.
But
what's
you
happening?
kept focused.
I said, guys, you don't even understand. Don't even come close, because my focus, I'm laser, it's focus. Where I want to go, I can see it right now. So yeah, don't. And plus, again, I was still young. I didn't know anything, so I wouldn't even know what to do.
Was your dad still in your life at this time?
No, he was just there for saying, oh, no daughter of mine will be doing music, be a musician. And he was paying for university. Now I had gone into university. So he was paying my school fees.
Still?
Yeah. So he will pay my school fees. But I had to move, because LASU, nothing was happening.
What were you studying?
Theater. Still very shy of doing music directly.
So you're trying to do acting and dancing and performance.
Just look at the department of music and see what's going on. I just went into the theater art because I was closer to what I wanted to do. And one day I asked the guy, look, I need a school of music. Can you recommend? And he said, Peter King's College in Badagry. And that was it. I went there, very far away. They had boarding, they had bunks. It was a tranquil place. It wasn't expensive. And I said, okay, Dad, this is last money.
What year were you in LASU at this point?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. Maybe 2002,
So you're like in your second year?
Second year, yeah, exactly.
And you left LASU?
Left LASU.
To go to music school. How long was music school supposed to be
6
for?
months. No, it was as long as you want. But for me, my dad told me, look, if this is what you want to do, then don't expect money from me anymore.
Yeah.
So I knew, look, I need to go 6 months in and out, learn a few chords, and get on the road and start playing.
So that's what you did?
That's what
I did. So you dropped out of LASU?
Dropped out of LASU, stayed in the music school for 6 months.
And then?
I was on the road.
In Lagos?
In Lagos.
When you say on the road, what do you mean?
Performing.
Where were you performing?
Performing at BJ's, performing at the French Cultural Center, performing and just going to watch other artists like Yinka Davies was in competitions. I think I was also in the Star competition, something like that. Just performing anywhere and doing background vocals for people. Then I went on tour with Tony Allen. All this while, just going on the road. I we went to Ghana, Port Harcourt, blah blah blah. Went everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see sort of a light to all of this? Because music in Nigeria, when you're talking about, I'm thinking 2003, 4. Am I right?
Yeah.
Music in Nigeria then was still like, okay, it's good, but what was the motivation? You just really wanted to do music. Yeah. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about success.
No, it wasn't about money for me. Money was just far away from my mind.
Yeah.
For me, I needed to train. Even when I felt I wasn't even ready for the stage. I needed to learn. I needed to know how to be a background vocalist. I didn't know how to do it. I was always being a stylistic singer, very solo, very my own way of singing. So I didn't know how to do with other in a group. So I wanted to learn that a little bit, So I mean, dancing and singing, then songwriting. That came to me later in life. I didn't know about songwriting. I just freestyle, sing along with the radio or try to add my verse. I think I can make this song better, so I would think. But songwriting came later when I joined the Asata band from France.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were on the right path? I mean, considering the kind of parents you say you have, dropping out of school, were you okay with that? Did you feel like you were still going to fulfill your purpose?
Yeah. I was just blind confidence. It was blind. When I look back now, and it was full of hunger. That hunger was so much powerful. I saw myself, my focus was going to be on the big stage, and nobody was going to take me off that path. I was going to be on the stage, but to get there, these were the things I needed to do. So I was super happy, even while I was suffering. I didn't even know I was suffering. I didn't know that I didn't have things to eat. When I went to Paris, I went as a student. I would only spend €1 a day because I needed to save money. Wow. To come back home.
How do you spend €1?
Yeah.
Please, we'll get there first.
That's one thing with FGC Just, I will go one day without food, so I've learned, so, okay, so, I learned all those things, and from my focus was, was sharp. Nothing could take me off that road,
Wow. So you start doing this road. You said you're on the road.
Yeah.
You mentioned a reality show there, on TV, a reality competition.
Yeah.
And people talk about that a lot, about, it's almost like a speaking point for motivational speakers now.
Oh, okay.
Look at Asha. She was turned down on the show, but now she's a...
I haven't heard the other guy, Casey.
Yes.
Yeah, that's as big as it's a Grammy award for him. Oh, look, I beat Asha. She was crying. I'm like, this dude is an idiot.
Tell us about that show, though. That was funny. I'm sorry. Tell us about that show. Like, what happened there, and why did it not break you?
No, I wasn't ready. I knew.
Yeah. Did you know Casey then?
Oh, we used to see them when we were...
Casey Presh is what they were there.
Casey Presh. I know them, we'll all stay outside, warming our voices. So, I knew them. I think I've seen them in another competition.
Yeah.
We kind of moved a little bit, met each other some places. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I was not ready. I knew it. That was new to me.
Yeah.
It was new recording. I had to go record a demo. That was so new. So when I didn't win, I knew I wasn't ready. It was okay. For me, it was a test.
Yeah.
So I wasn't...
Have you seen him since then?
No, I only seen him on TV. I danced to his songs.
Social media. Limpopo.
Yeah, awesome. But he's such an idiot. Oh, look, I beat Asha. You was crying. Like, dude, why did you see me cry?
Have you heard that a lot from him or something?
No, I read it somewhere. I'm like, dude, in 2019, you're still bringing up this shit. God damn it. This guy mustn't have moved that far. If he's still using me as, damn. Casey, dude, man. Relax.
I don't know why I'm laughing so much.
That was recently. I'm like,
oh, he said it again recently.
Yeah, I read it somewhere, and I'm like, oh, come on. Hey.
It's been 15 years or something.
More than 15 years, almost 20 years. Hey, man, come on. You've done great for yourself.
I need to get myself. Okay.
Yeah. But
yeah.
No, but it's cool. It's cool. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him. I like the way.
No, he's a cool dude. He's actually.
I think he was a rapper, and then he.
Yeah, he switched up, but he left his. He was a part of a duo. Then he went solo, and he's doing very well. I mean, he had a great Christmas song, I think, last year, 2 years ago. But it's just funny how you said. Yeah, maybe you guys need to meet up again and just be like,
we have to, and I'm sure we tell Asha. Remember, remember at Star Square, Star Big Clothing. Where you been? Remember say they cry. And I'm like, anyway, it's a losing game for me, so forget it.
Casey, please, you need to meet up. With Asha.
Because he's going to tell that story to his grandchildren. I can feel it.
Does it annoy you?
No.
You're just like, get over it.
No, dude, come on. I didn't know it was that important to him. No, it doesn't, because I wasn't ready. I knew I wasn't. I was still very young. I'm still very young. I needed to learn, to train more.
Yeah.
So I wasn't ready. And
so,
I'm great. I'm glad I didn't win. I wasn't going to win.
You think you would have been, your career would have been different if you'd won that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been ready.
Yeah. You'd have been carried away, maybe.
I would have gone.
So what happened? Where did? Because I mean, every time I read an Asha story or an Asha bio, the names Jennifer and then Cobhams come up a lot.
Jennifer, Janet, you mean?
Janet, sorry about that. Janet and Cobhams come up a lot.
Yeah.
So when did Janet happen? Because I think Janet happened, then Cobhams happened.
Yes.
At what point did Janet happen?
Janet happened. It was a friend who introduced Janet.
You just said, "Oh, I'd like you to meet."
No, they were the French Cultural Center. The French Cultural Center, Alliance Française, was where a lot of us met. A lot of artists, not only singers. And he's a photographer, and he says, "Look, hey, meet another friend of mine who's a photographer. Hey, meet Asha, who's my friend. She's a singer."
Janet was a photographer.
Yes, she's part of this group, and that was it. And then she said another time she sent me an email that I would like to work with you, to document you, to follow you as you're starting your career.
Yeah, what year was this?
2003, 2004.
Okay.
Something like that. I think 2003, and so that was it. So she started to come. Watch my rehearsals, go where I'm going. If I have a show here, she would take photos. And then she said, "Look, you need to meet somebody. I think you guys will be good together." Cobhams. So she made Cobhams happen.
Did you know of Cobhams before that?
Never heard of Cobhams. And said, "Look, I have a friend. You guys have to meet." And that was it.
It all happened so fast, I can't recall. Policemen everywhere.